So we got the scar, pudge, destroyer, tide hunter, and clinkz over here, and then over here we got slark, razor, Luna, and our last two heroes haven't been picked yet. Oh, there's Omni Knight. And Night Stalker. And so I go with kind of all around build a 3-branch and slipper and gauntlet and tango. And their team seems to be doing pudge clinkz dual mid. Or either that or they're just arguing over who gets to solo. It's my hero grab illusion rune. Razor come middle. And Razor decide he's gonna dual lane with me. And I'm like, well, I'm already here, I'm not gonna leave, so we'll just go fight together. Apparently Pudge left to go to top. And Huskar and Omni Knight are duking it out. And Pudge and Luna are duking it out. Omni Knight's heal is only level 1, so it's not doing much. But Luna is a pretty fast hero, so she's able to get away. Pudge is only level 1, he can't hook yet. Oh, there he goes, now he's level 2. Everyone else is level 1. He throws a hook, but misses. Oh, probably not much action going on. Oh, damn. Oh. Got 2 level 2 heroes and 1 level 3 hero at middle. Speed up a bit. Need more slark action. When you're watching replay, it's kinda hard to know when stuff's gonna happen. I guess it's worse if you were actually playing the game. At least in replay, you could take notes and then watch the replay over again. But I'm not that intelligent. Or I don't have the patience for that. Omni Knight and Pudge are both really low health. Oh, Pudge gets a good hook off. But Omni Knight heals himself and then Luna finishes off Pudge. Really heal hurt him. And Huskar tries to kill Luna. But Luna gets away. So they're both really low health now. But Luna and Omni Knight. But they're kind of sticking by the tower, so they're okay for now. Omni Knight decides he's going to go ahead and go back to the base. So Luna's just by herself. And then they'll end up taking each other out, so then they'll probably pop her ultimate. No, she wasn't level 6 yet, so Huskar probably took some tower damage. You can't even hear where my hero is. It must have retreated, gotten low health somehow, or mana or something. Yeah, low mana.
Our warriors have engaged the
Possibly even wanted to buy an item. I got a magic wand. Wasn't really able to get much last hits apparently. So not much gold. So Razor's harassing clinkz. Night Stalker running away from or chasing down Tide Hunter, I should say. But he can't get him because he's hiding behind the tower. clinkz appears to be hiding with his windwalk ability. Skeleton walk is what they call it in Dota 2. And then he gets zapped by Razor and he has to run away. So we attack the tower a little bit, but then our creeps are gonna die, so we back off. This is not very exciting yet. So clinkz is hiding with Windwalk, and he starts attacking Razor, so I jump him. Takes out Razor. He's just about to get away, and my Dark Pact finishes him off. My throat's jacked up. Oh well. So I was only level 5, but now I'm level 6. So now I can heal up by going back a little. But I decided to go all the way back to base because I figure I'm gonna need some items back there. So I grabbed gloves of haste and boots of speed. Razor decides he's gonna go around the map instead of heading back middle. I was like, well, he missed out on the experience and the gold. I guess that's his loss. You know, while I wasn't there, nobody got any. That's kind of a shame, but oh well. I could have bought some items and have him bring them to me while I'm go to another lane, but then that kind of would have been a waste of his time anyway. We didn't have a courier, or else I would have used it. So I pounce at Obsidian Destroyer, but he banishes himself, so I'm not able to do any more damage to him. So he manages to get away and still have some health left, but not much. So he's hiding in the jungle behind the tower right now. I decided it's a waste of time to try to kill him, so I go back to middle. So at this point, kind of going around trying to make kills, because I got maximum level Dark Pact probably, and I figure it's not that hard to get kills. You just pounce somebody, you know, like level 3 pounce, and level 4, or level 2 pounce I should say, and level 4 Dark Pact. It's a pretty good combo for level 7. Do like 300 damage at Dark Pact, and then like 140 with a pounce or something like that. No, it's not 140. It's less than that, isn't it? It's not very much, but better than nothing. It's like 100 maybe. Anyway, so looks like there's a fight going on over here. And, clinkz is chase down Night Stalker, but there's a tower in the way. He doesn't want to bump into the tower, so he backs off. And Pudge is trying to get Omni Knight, but Omni Knight's too clever. And then they warn that their tower's under attack, obviously, so Razor's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna destroy your tower if you don't defend it. And then Tidehunter comes and defends the tower. And Razor backs off, and then Night Stalker's here, and he's getting banished by Destroyer. And so Destroyer runs away, and then Night Stalker's like, I don't know what happened. And then he sees Pudge, and Razor moves in to help him. And Pudge runs away, and Night Stalker gets banished again. Razor pops his ultimate, but they seem like they're getting away. But then Luna comes and stuns Destroyer, and they're able to finish him off. And then Pudge like gets slowed by Stalker and Omni Knight, and so he gets killed too. And then I come and I put a chain on Tidehunter, although it probably wasn't necessary, and then we killed him. And then Luna stuns whoever else was there, and he died. Looks like it was Huskar. It's kind of hard to see Dota War 3 Dota heroes because they look like normal units sometimes. Like this Pudge, he's got no hero glow. See Omni Knight by his feet, he's got this red glow. Pudge doesn't have his teal glow, you know, to indicate that he's a hero. He's just got teal, you know, patch on his whatever he's wearing, his clothing or armor or whatever. You see Slark, he's got just some red. There's no red glow at all. But here, there's some red glow. See, these are regular heroes, regular hero models, so they have that glow. This unit does not. Just a regular unit model. But you can turn regular unit models into heroes. But then they won't have that hero glow. So in Warcraft 3, they don't look like heroes. A lot of the heroes in Dota, which is really obnoxious. And it's not very difficult to fix either. You can actually implement a graphical change in Warcraft 3. It's pretty simple to make the heroes have a hero glow. But I guess IceFrog has not seen fit to implement that. I don't know why. He should, but he just won't, for whatever reason. Anyway, now my hero's got that Orb of Venom. It can help because it can slow down the enemies. It only costs 350 gold. So sometimes you want to go ahead and get that. So I pounce that clinkz, that dark packed him, and then he runs away. He hides, so I can't attack him anymore. I decide, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else. So I start to head to bottom again. But then Razor goes past the tower and uses his zap that hits an area and it takes him down. Because he knew he couldn't see him, but he knew his zap would still hit him if he was still around, and apparently he was, so that got him. And then on the other side of the map, Luna destroyed Huskar, and Luna's still chilling, but Night Stalker had to leave, so he probably got attacked by Huskar. And Pudge and Slark are kind of meeting up, and Slark says, see you later, pal. And I comment that Destroyer kept saving Tide. I kept trying to kill Tide, and Tide kept banishing him, or banishing me, or whatever, and it was getting frustrating. So I decided I'm gonna get some nice item to counter that. And Pudge and clinkz find Razor alone by their own secret shop, and they kill him. Omni Knight decides he wants to do some kind of commando maneuver, and he goes behind the tower. And then he decides it's not such a great idea, and he teleports out and goes to bottom. And Luna gets attacked by 3 of their heroes, destroys Huskar, and gets attacked by Pudge and destroyed. And Night Stalker manages to nearly get a kill on Destroyer, but then Tide uses his ultimate to save Destroyer. He stops Night Stalker in his tracks. And then I send my hero over to top to figure out what's going on over here. I'm just destroying jungle creeps. Get myself some gold. And then, they're attacking the tower, that Night Stalker is, with Omni Knight. And Tide and Destroyer are like, hey, what are you doing? You're trying to attack our tower. And then Destroyer gets zapped by Razor, and he ends up dying. And then Tide's all by himself, and Razor backs off, but the other 2 guys are still attacking him. And then over here, as you might have guessed, Tide ended up dying. But, anyway, my hero probably ran out of mana, so he had to go back and recharge his mana, and now he's headed back into action. And Huskar is trying to figure out a way that he can score a kill, but doesn't seem like it's happening, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna go somewhere else and maybe get some gold or an experience at middle or something. And then over here we have clinkz running around, seeing if he can make another kill on Luna. But Pudge isn't there yet, so Pudge is coming, and he's almost there. clinkz is getting anxious because he knows I'm jungling. He doesn't want me to help Luna. So what does he do? He's gonna wait for Pudge. Is Pudge gonna come? What's gonna happen? He's watching what I'm doing. I'm noticing my debuff isn't active, right? Even though I'm not fighting creeps anymore. So I know he can see me. That's why I retreat. Because my health isn't regenerating. Why would I want to fight him? I don't have full health. So if he can see me, I'm just going to back off until he can't see me anymore. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're Slark, is notice when your ultimate's passive goes away. That means somebody can see you, and you keep that in mind. If you want to, you can go ahead and activate your ultimate, but then you'll be down another 120 mana. And then, you know, you won't be able to use your ultimate for another 30 seconds once you pop that, because, you know, it lasts for like 5.5 seconds and the cooldown is 25 seconds. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's better to back off. And other times, you just pop your ultimate. Just take it by case decision. Now our tower is just about to be destroyed, and Pudge tries to make a kill there, and I'm trying to defend the tower, and so is Luna. And Razor chases down Huskar. Looks like he might get him, but then he gets banished by Destroyer. But then I pounce Huskar, and I get him, and then I get Destroyer too. And then Razor's just charging in, just trying to get whoever he can get, but Pudge and clinkz are out of his reach. They're up on the high ground. And I decide to go ahead and back off. I got a couple kills, I'm happy with that, and so I just go back to the jungle and destroy some more jungle monsters. These guys decide they're going to do the same thing, but do it in the enemy jungle. I tied her. He comes out, basically finish her, go to middle, maybe push the creeps back. And some other guys are going to do the same thing at top. But nobody's doing it at bottom, and somebody's like, oh, you better do it at bottom too, guys. Anyway, Night Stalker decides he's gonna go behind enemy lines and try to square kills on somebody. Then he gets attacked by two of them and he ends up dying. So that commando effort failed. And I go for a rune, and I actually find two of them. I got double damage and haste. So you can see what I can make with that. And I jump on Huskar, and predictably enough, I kill him. At this point, my hero has 4 kills and 0 deaths. I always like it when I have 0 deaths, because that means you're not losing any gold from dying. So as you can see, Slark now has a Sacred Relic in his inventory. He's going for Radiance. Radiance is situationally a really good item on Slark. The reason it's so good is, you know, between it and your Dark Pact, you can knock down creeps really fast. You know, like the creeps in the lane, right? And the reason that's so good is because it gives you huge map control. What that means is you can use the fact that your ultimate gives you increased movement speed. So you take out their allied creep wave, then they can't see you. As soon as it's gone, they don't have vision of you anymore. And then you could be, for all they know, anywhere on the map. You know, like 10, 20 seconds later, they won't know where you are. You could be anywhere, because you move so fast when they can't see you. So the Radiance really gives you really nice map control. And you'll see that in this game, I believe. If not in some other game. So Pudge gets a really good hook off using Observer Ward because it's nighttime. I could have actually seen him with my hero, but has actually passed the range of the Observer Ward. So the Observer Ward actually could see Pudge easier than I could. I could just barely see him. So anyways, I wasn't paying that much attention. But had been I would have noticed that my debuff disappeared because of the observer ward. Well, actually, I was near the enemy creeps at the time, so I wouldn't necessarily have been ready to pay attention to it, but I could have if I was alert enough. But anyways, that's a really good way to make a kill with Pudge, is using an observer ward. You see much further at night, and then you can hook people, or they can't see you. Your hook goes farther than you can see, so keep that in mind. The clinkz is trying to hide, but he's having difficulty because he's been dusted by Razor. Dust is a relatively cheap item. It's only got 2 charges, and it's got like a cooldown of like 20 seconds or so, 30 seconds maybe. Anyway, Tide uses his ultimate, so he can stun all the guys that are chasing him down, and he gets away. And I'm here, destroying more jungle monsters. Hey, okay. Okay. Push back the lane at bottom, and then clinkz is like, oh, I don't want to have any of that. So he's gonna sacrifice a big jungle monster and then go try to kill someone with the bonus damage and bonus health. So as you can see now he has 1600 health, which is actually quite a bit for a clinkz. But he's not finding anybody all by himself, which is what he was hoping for. He did see somebody was falling back from the group, but he went this other path. And somebody else probably teleported out. So he's still looking around for him, but he's not finding him. And now his health is back down to 986. So that plan didn't work out so well for him. Maybe he should have been paying better attention to the observer ward. I mean, it would have shown if, like, he went over here as if somebody was there and nobody was there. But if he'd been paying attention, he would have seen if somebody did go over there, and he wouldn't have even bothered going there. Yeah, I mean, if your ally plants observer wards, go ahead and pay attention to them. It could make a difference. But anyway, Razor gets distracted by Huskar and Pudge and doesn't notice the invisible clinkz until the invisible clinkz attacks him and destroys him. So you could definitely use your teammates to your advantage, and that's just what clinkz did just there eventually. And I go ahead and jump up the cliff to sneak up on somebody. And Omni Knight has a dagger, and so he does much the same. We take out Huskar, then we take out Tidehunter. I've got my radiance at this point. So we clear this creep wave. I decide to move out over here and jump over here. Go after Pudge. So we're kind of chasing him down, and he's not really going to get away because he's got radiance on him. And that finishes him off. These little gold sparkles in Dota, it's actually like a wind effect instead, like a sparkly effect. But anyway, yeah, it damages all the units around. It's got actually a longer range than Dark Pact does. And There isn't really a whole lot to say about this game. It seems like it's pretty much over because the opponent is pretty much rolling over and dying over and over again. They don't have very good coordination, and besides Destroyer and Tide combo, everyone else, they're just kind of not really working very good together. They don't have much synergy. Huskar keeps trying to do stuff by himself, keeps getting destroyed. And teamwork's always pretty important. Like Huskar, he's definitely one of those great team fight heroes. Sure, he can make a kill by himself, but it's not always the right thing to do. I mean, any hero can make a kill by himself. But when you're in team fight situations, some heroes have more difficult time making kills than others, like Omni Knight, for example. His abilities mostly don't do any damage, so it's kind of hard for him to make kills. Anyway, Pudge gets caught all by himself. Their team lacks mobility. Luna's already a fast hero, and then my hero is pretty fast too, as long as he's not seen. They don't have observer wards at all up right now. They're totally at a lack for gold. So we take down Roshan. Luna grabs the armor. Let's go ahead and take off ally color. There now, as you can see, Slark is the gray dot on the, or green dot, sorry, dark green dot on the minimap, which you might not even be able to see with full quality of the video. But anyway, he's there, and yeah, I really don't like that. It's so indistinct. In Dota 2, you get to have X's for Dire Scourge, or if you're actually playing the game, for the opponent. And then these cones that are rounded off at the back end for your hero and your ally heroes. It makes a huge difference because you're actually able to have the color and the ally indication. And I really like that, you know, on the minimap. You should be able to have that, and so you do in Dota 2. It makes the game a whole lot easier. Because you're able to identify, you know, which hero it is. And which team is it on. Without having to remember who was what color. Especially since some of the colors are pretty similar. Like light blue, like it really looks like a silver blue, which looks really close to gray. So anyways, you can see these creeps, they go down pretty fast, even when I'm not using Dark Pact. Because that radiance, it just destroys them all. Like even the siege units radiance will destroy those too, but Dark Pact won't. Anyway, Destroyer doesn't really know where I am right now, and I'm moving pretty fast. So I'm able to sneak up on him incredibly easily. And he's gone. And Omni and I happened to be there too, but that's because he had a Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger's pretty handy for sneaking up on people. Yeah, I would say if you're gonna go for this heavy mana item build, Blink Dagger's not such a bad choice because people aren't gonna want to let an Omni Knight sneak up on them. Once they get in that small aura range of his, then they won't be able to move very fast. They won't be able to get away a lot of the time, especially if it gets like an Ice Scotty or even just an Orb of Venom. But yeah, instead of worrying about being able to get in range, I'm gonna just teleports into range, and that's what the Blink Dagger's for. It's gonna be a pretty helpful item for him. I'd say that's definitely probably a better option on Omni Knight than it is on Tide Hunter. Although it's a really popular item on Tide Hunter, I don't really approve of it because I know Tide Hunter needs to be as tanky as possible. So anyways, here my hero's over here and making his way around wherever he decides to go. He's thinking about going top and decides to come back over here. See, like I said with that, when they don't have their creep waves, they don't have vision, they don't know where you are. So they always have to keep guessing. And you could play mind tricks on them. You'd be like, pretend like you're gonna be one place and then you end up going somewhere else. Like juking, I guess you could call it. I mean, I don't know where I am right now. I'm over here. See, I'm gonna take down another creep wave. And then I'm gonna disappear again. But actually, it looks like I'm just gonna take down another creep wave. Anyway, let's go ahead and speed this up some more. It looks like clinkz ended up dying again. Luna had a gem. And yeah, this game's over. This is really boring.